Assalamu alaikum. Another beautiful night in Lahore. Today is 15th of January 2026. So today I will say a few things about something which is known in statistics as correlation and regression. Correlation is kind of a relationship which might not be exact relationship between two variables, and it could as well be spurious. For example, before Galileo, uh, there was this belief that Earth is the center of the universe. While as well, the scientists, the physicists would have observed that, Earth is revolving around the sun, as well as, moon is revolving or orbiting around the Earth. Now, the correlation that some or other Earth, Moon, and Sun are interconnected is not necessarily a spurious one, but saying that Earth is the center of the universe is kind of a spurious correlation result. Instead, there is kind of a relationship which goes from a sun, which will allow Earth to orbit around its parent star, whereas Moon is orbiting around Earth. So there is a dependency. There is a one-way relationship that uh, Earth depends on its parent star, which is Sun, uh, to complete its orbit, which is in a 1 year, 365 days, whereas similarly, Moon has a certain orbit around Earth. Now, this dependency is, in a sense, would lead to regression analysis between two variables or three variables, or it could be a multivariate analysis as well, which is nonlinear multivariate analysis. And that's primarily how algorithms work. What algorithms do is that there will be uh, purely independent variables which do not depend on any other variable. Then there will be endogenous independent variables. These variables are independent within the system of equation, but they are dependent in the main regression equation. For example, if you have a main regression equation which is linking to system of equations, it is the understanding is simple as algebra, that to find four unknowns you need to have four equations. So variables are identified through regression analysis. For example, if there are four variables in an equation, one variable would be purely dependent variable, whereas three variables would be on the right hand side of the equation and they would be independent variables. But these variables could be explained through instruments as well. And though we come from multi-stage regression models, so that's some basics that what you need to understand is that understanding the relationship between variables, we start from basic correlation, and then we move from simple correlation to linear regression equations or dependency relationships, and then multivariate equations. And that's how you get into system of equations, which is called algebraic equations. And there you identify the variables you want to measure, and those variables could be any number of variables. But remember, in algebra, you need to have, if you have four unknowns, you need to have at least four equations. And these four variables, which are unknown variables, you need to have their estimated data as well.